Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Wow, Uli Hoeneß just went in, man. Yo, if I'm Spurs, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Talking about our player like that. Damn, Uli has no chill. This guy just confirmed everything. Oh my gosh. Typically in transfers, you're supposed to keep your mouth shut. But when it comes to Uli Hoeneß, he just says it, you know? He says the things. When Lewandowski was going, I believe he gave an interview and said, if the money's right, he's going. Man, I love Uli, man. Look, this guy is a genius. This is genius. Typically, I wouldn't really like this because I do think it's a little bit disrespectful to talk about Kane while you're negotiating with Spurs. But if Kane won't pressure Spurs to let him go, then Uli Hoeneß will. Uli just did it. He just said, yeah, Kane to Bayern, Kane to Bayern, Kane to Bayern. This man said Kane's name out loud. He gave reasons, and I think you guys are going to love his quotes. I got everything pulled up. I was a little bit late. I apologize. We were supposed to go live 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago. But, guys, I just got a big win, man. I'm feeling good right now. I'm in a great mood, bro. I'm in a great mood. I've been negotiating for this for the past 2 weeks nonstop, and I'm in a great mood right now. So hit the like button. Please hit that like button. Pay your taxes. Also, I posted a video on midfielders I think Bayern should sign. And Thomas Tuchel, by the way, Tuchel, great press conference. This guy just answered every question like a professional. And as much as I don't rate him as an elite coach, I think he might give us something, you know? So based on his answers, we are on a similar page. Someone's calling me. These people don't know I'm live. They don't support me. That's how I know they're not really my friends, you know? You're supposed to know I'm live streaming on BayernNow. Dang, they're not even subscribed, chat. Crazy. So, anyways, yeah, what's happening with Bayern with Kane is super interesting. We're going to get into that. And then we're going to look at the Thomas Tuchel press conference because he gave some big hints about players. And I think you guys are going to want to hear that. The team had a training session at Tegernsee. Yeah, it's like a nice little lake village in Germany. The club is heavily tied to that place in Bavaria. Yeah, it's just to keep the team, you know, in a different environment. You don't just want to be training at your training ground every game. And then they're going to end their training session there and head over to Japan to play. Wait, is it Japan or just Asia in general? Because I believe we're playing Kawasaki, and that's a Japanese club because Saki, yeah, that's a definite Japanese name. But I don't think we're playing any other team. Maybe we might play a game in Korea. I don't know. We bought Kim Min-jae. We might as well, you know, tap into the culture, chat. You know, start getting them shirt sales. And speaking of Kim Min-jae, there's some news there. Apparently, Bayern did activate the release clause, but there's some legal paperwork issues that need to be sorted out. And yeah, that's normal for this kind of thing. But I was just hoping we would have signed him by now because I'm kind of tired of just even giving you updates about Kim Min-jae because we should have gotten him by now. So let's get into Kane. I hope no one clicked on this stream thinking, oh, Uli Hoeneß confirmed that they have signed Kane. I hope no one did that because that would be clickbait. But Uli Hoeneß did confirm the Kane transfer. He made some big statements that everyone's talking about. It's global news at this point. So Uli Hoeneß on Harry Kane is very clearly signaled that his decision was made. If he keeps his word, we'll get him. Colin Drummondja speaks to him regularly. Now, some people might think Uli's still our president. That's not the case. He's our supervisory board president, meaning, no, he's our supervisory board president would be Herbert Hainer. No, it's like an honorary president, right? He's an honorary club president who has taken a bigger role with the sacking of Oliver Kahn and Brazo. So Uli is basically back to working at Bayern. And he had some recent health issues. He got a heart attack after the Leipzig game because we lost 3-0. This man really cares about Bayern. Die Bayern! Die Bayern! Die Bayern! It's die Bayern not die at Bayern. Please keep your health good. Yeah, so this is a big statement. this is not a small statement. I mean, we already knew this. Kane wants to come to Bayern. He did reject a move to PSG. If Kane, he's basically saying, if Kane maintains his mindset of I want to join Bayern, we'll get him. We'll get him. And that's not the worst. Well, I mean, from a fan perspective at Bayern, this is good. But from a Spurs perspective, that's not the worst thing he said. He said things that were even crazier. This man went in. He said, Daniel Levy is clever. First, we have to get him to name a price. He's playing for time. And that's exactly what I thought. Daniel Levy thinks, maybe if I can weather the storm, because Bayern are blitzkrieging up on Kane. We're sending in bids left, right, and center. And he's thinking, if I could just keep everyone calm, keep Kane here, maybe he might sign a new contract, right? I believe Spurs offered Kane $400K a week. And I think that's the same amount Bayern might be offering him in wages or more. I don't know. And they also offered him basically a future coaching career. They said, you're gonna coach us. Maybe Kane signaled to them that that's what he wants. That's a bizarre thing to offer for a player to stay. I mean, if Kane retired from football, and let's say he did leave Spurs and went to Bayern, and then he got into management, kind of like how Lampard went to Chelsea, and not just once, but twice, it's a given that Kane will probably end up managing Spurs one day. I mean, it'd be stupid not to at least try it out, right? He could turn out to be a great coach. He could be a nice little English Graham Potter, right? Who invents some things. And I mean, he didn't work out at Chelsea, but we can all admit Graham Potter wasn't a terrible coach at Brighton. Or he could be a Lampard, just sucks. Or Stevie Gerrard and end up in Saudi Arabia, a Scouser in Arabia. That's hilarious. That's funny. Imagine my man trying to learn Arabic so he can talk to his players. That's funny to me. So, yeah, it's kind of obvious that Kane would be given an opportunity at Spurs. Why would they even offer that as an incentive to sign a new contract? So Spurs are desperate. They're doing everything in their power to convince Kane to stay. But here's what Hoeneß says about Daniel Levy, Lex Luthor, that bald twat. He's a great professional. I appreciate him very much. But on the other side, Bayern, there aren't people who have been doing this since yesterday. This is an insult to Daniel Levy and Spurs. This means, in my head, Spurs, you think you're bigger than you are. See, a lot of Prem fans might not understand this, but Bayern, it's like a top 3 club. We got legends in this game. We got people with accolades, trophies, experience. Bayern understand he's playing for time. Spurs think if we can prevent this transfer, Bayern might just get tired and move on and get emotional. But Bayern's saying, nah, you'll fold. This is brilliant. And the reason I say that, and I normally don't say this kind of thing when, a club comes out publicly, starts talking about a player they're linked to, I think it's slightly disrespectful. But in this instance, I believe it's brilliant. Because Kane will not say these things. Kane won't go to Levy and go to an interview and do it. He won't do that. You see what Ronaldo did? Ronaldo went out, did an interview with Piers Morgan, and let's be real here. Like, he did that interview just so United could understand where he was coming from, to kind of just shock the atmosphere, and they ultimately let him go. And every player does these kind of things. Lewandowski, gets caught. You don't think that was planned? Levy was always going to have that dinner with Xavi, right? But they planned for the media to kind of just know. They want Bayern to see, hey, he had a dinner with Xavi. He's really trying to leave. Of course, this is football. This is the game. This is the name of the game. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that Kane isn't doing that, because that's not the kind of player he is. Kane won't be doing that. He won't be giving an interview and saying what kind of player would want to play at Spurs. He won't do that. Lewandowski did, because that's his personality, a diva, right? But Kane isn't that. He's a true professional, and he respects Tottenham, which is extremely respectable from a Bayern perspective, but annoying because we need you to force them to make you leave. We need you to force them to the negotiating table. But the good news is we're in communications with Daniel Levy, and he just has to name a price. Bayern will pay it, a price that's fair. None of that 120 million pounds. Brett, who's affording that for a 30-year-old? I get it. Kane is a world-class striker. You don't get better than Kane, really. But come on, why you can't be serious when coming out with 120 million pounds. That's 140 million euros. That's our entire transfer budget. Are you crazy? Like, what are you doing? But Uli didn't stop there. There's more. So he said what we really liked about Kane is his agents, his father, brother. They're very pleasant people. So far, Kane's camp always stood by their promise. If that stays the case, then it's okay. Meaning, if Kane remains fixated on coming to Bayern, it will happen. Harry Kane now wants to play in the European competitions. Let me read this in Uli Hoeneß's voice. Harry Kane now wants to play in European competitions. Tottenham won't be there next season. We will be there. Yo, this is a whole quote, chat. Tottenham won't be there next season. We will be there. Yo, Arsenal fans, start using that one. We will be there. That's beautiful. That's a Pep quote. Oh man, he has another chance to join a top European club. Obviously, talking about Man City. And he continued, Harry Kane has very clearly signaled that his decision was made. He keeps his word. We will sign him. Tottenham will have to give up. It's not English, Brett. We have to get an asking price from Levy. And Rummenigge speaks to him regularly. So I did say Collins Rummenigge is the guy to be negotiating because that guy's a killer. He'll sign anyone. He'll sign Coutinho on a loan. And because he's that kind of guy. He just loves these kind of things, these big signings. And I think we'll get Kane for a fair price. So look, this is the story, man. Kane will come to Bayern. Uli would not embarrass the club like this by coming out public and saying these things. So I want everyone to understand that it's going to happen. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, right? Yeah, he did violate Spurs. Okay, I mean, let's gauge the chat once again. Guys, one's in the chat if you think Kane's coming to Bayern. Like, if it's 50-50 in your head, I mean, which way are you leaning? You can't truly be 50-50. Go with your heart. Your heart's probably like, yeah, I want him. Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, one's if you think it's happening. Two's if you think he's not happening. Because yesterday everyone was like, no, two. I saw more twos than ones. And I was like, yo, that's some pessimism. And I can understand why. I mean, Kane is a high-profile player. Tottenham are in a great negotiating spot. They can basically say no and lose Kane for free. But think about the kind of guy Daniel Levy is. I know I was given the whole logic that maybe Levy sees Kane as being so important for their overall season that he's worth more than 100 million in his eyes. 30 goals from Kane, getting them into the Champions League. You would think for Levy, for a guy like him, he's thinking long term. He's going to be like, yeah, that's good because that gets us in the Champions League. The revenue from that would be amazing. And even if we lose him for free, at least we're in the Champions League and we can attract stars. I use that logic. But at the same time, I think Levy is a greedy guy. He also wants money. If he's going to lose a guy like Kane, why not try to make it, make as much out of it as you possibly can? Why not? Why would you cheapen a deal like that? That's a big deal. Like losing Kane for free, you will not forgive yourself. So I think there's going to have to be a certain like thought in his head that I am not trying to lose you for free. So that's just my opinion. Oh my gosh! I'm seeing ones. Yo, what? Hello ones, dog. What the hell's going on, chat? Oh gosh. Yo. What is happening to this chat? You guys have been brainwashed by me. I brainwashed you. All right. David Diaz says 2, but that's because you want us to sign Jimenez from Wolves, you freaking donkey. Jeez. Dang. All right. Dang. Okay. I mean, I can understand if your opinion changed. Dang. Am I brainwashing y'all? Like, damn. Like, I gassed up this Kane thing a bit too much. Bro, I want Kane at Bayern. I have not hid that the whole time. If we don't sign Kane and sign someone else, that won't make me happy because I know Kane's the best for us. There's certain people that are like, we could do with Dusan Vlahovic or, Osimhen's more expensive than Kane, and he's not as good of a player as Kane is. I mean, I'd say Osimhen's faster, and he's probably more like active and making runs. But Kane is an intellectual when it comes to football. His passing is beautiful. A striker with a midfielder's passing, Kane could literally decide, I don't want to be a striker at Bayern. I'm going to be an attacking midfielder. And I wouldn't question him because the guy, he is really that guy. His passing is exquisite. His vision is magnificent. It's beautiful, man. I think Kane, the only thing I worry about is maybe he just comes here and declines. and it's like that transfer that could have been. But I don't think that's going to happen. Look, everyone has this thought that, we need to sign a player that's 24, 23, 22, 18, 17. And if we don't, that player sucks. Guys, these transfers happen all the time in football. I mean, we make fun of Barcelona for paying $50 million for a 33-year-old striker who's now going to turn 35 soon, Lewandowski. But he did give them a nice season where they won La Liga. See, that's how Barca's thinking. Barca's thinking, we're investing for the short term with long-term benefits. Yeah, chat, it's like friends with benefits. It's like, like it's short term and we don't really have this big goal with you for years. There's no marriage involved in the contract, but we have fun and maybe there's something that could happen in the future. And that's exactly what they got. They got Lewandowski, a short-term fix to their problems, a superstar in his own right. He came in, gave him a bunch of goals. They won La Liga. And now, maybe they make more money and they can use that money to recruit better players than they could have before. Or they prove to their investors and, really lenders, because no one's investing in Barcelona. They're just lending money to them. What are you investing in? They're never going to make you money back. You just lend money to them with an interest rate. Freaking JP Morgan business. So maybe your lenders look at it and go, okay, all right, we'll give them a better interest rate because clearly they're going somewhere. Because Barcelona could have just sucked for, a few seasons and try to, stabilize their debt, but they could have also risked losing relevancy, and they didn't. So, look, I think it's okay to worry that Kane is already 30 and maybe it doesn't work out the way we think. But what if he works for just 2 seasons? For $100 million, that's worth it because Kane is a global superstar, not like Neymar level or Ronaldo level, but he is well known. Everyone understands he's one of the best strikers in the world. And he will strike fear in the hearts of defenders. They know this guy is a proven goal scorer, and it elevates your club. And I know a lot of Bayern fans don't like to think this, but we are in a bad state as a club. 2020 was kind of an anomaly. Hansi Flick happened. But do you guys remember who we had as a coach? Niko Kovac? Do you remember the trajectory? We lost to Liverpool in the round of 16. I mean, that was a great Liverpool team. I believe they went on to win everything, right? But we lost in embarrassing fashion. We lost Robin and Ribery and needed to replace them. We were in a transition phase. And I'd say, yeah, Flick gave us the Champions League, and that was a beautiful moment. But Lewandowski left, Thiago left, Alaba left. We kind of, had a stable team for a season, and then everything broke down. It just broke apart. We signed some players like Sane, who didn't hit the ground running right away. Gnabry started declining from his 2020 form. Yeah, this stuff happened, and now we're at this point where we need someone to raise the levels again. We need someone to remind the rest of Europe that Bayern mean business. Because if we don't get that player, we're gonna be stuck signing Konrad Leimers and frickin' Sabitzas. So we gotta raise the levels, the expectations. If Musiala knows I'm playing with Kane next season, he's gonna be happier than I'm playing with Chupo. There's just levels to this game. So we have to be humble and understand that Kane gives us something that we don't have right now. We lost Lewandowski and lost that feeling of invincibility when it came to goals. Sometimes we just felt like Lewandowski was going to get a hat trick. Be like, we're playing Bochum, hat trick coming. Who do you feel like that with in this team? I feel like we're going to draw every game. And that's really what was happening last season. Just draws after draws after draws, more draws taken off than a point. It was crazy. So we need something different, and I'm hoping it comes in the form of Kane. I'm waiting for this kingpin fight to start. And they keep bringing up bums, chat. Where are the people at? Where are the real guys? But they just be adding lame fights in between the thing. Jeez, man. I'm thinking, where's King Kenny? Where's Whindersson Nunes? Where's Gibb? Where's Jarvis? I'm trying to watch this fight happen, man. Kane is him. Yeah, he is. Look at this. David Diaz says Chicharito would elevate the team. It was crazy. I don't think you're trolling me anymore. You believe what you're saying, you freaking doofus. You donkey, David. You really want us to sign a Mexican, don't you? You really just want Edson Alvarez so you can brag about how Bayern has a Mexican and not an American. And by the way, Edson Alvarez is a bum. Don't sign him. We need to put our balls on the table and go all in for Kane. Nah, chat, I sugarcoated what the sus in the chat right now. This is pause. Put pauses in the chat. My man just said we need to put our balls on the table and go all in on Kane. If I said that, you guys would be going in on me like, hey yo, chill. How are you allowed to say this? Nah, if you were a normal guy like that ain't gonna slide. That's crazy. That's SA. As a Mexican, yeah, we suck. Yeah. I have a Mexican friend, older guy at the gym. He's always insulting his own national team. I love it because, I'm not a Mexican, so it's funny to me. It's hilarious to me. Well, let's read some Thomas Tuchel quotes because Tuchel said some things. Uli Hoeneß also said, it's clear that at Bayern, bigger discipline and better performances than in the past 6 months must be shown. Everyone needs to know that. The number of good players will increase significantly. Dang. I think this club is so focused on Kane. When we get Kane, they're not done there. They believe some deals are easier done than others. So, yeah, let's see. The players with the fans. Okay, Uli on a potential 6. This discussion does not arise for me because Konrad Leimer is a transfer we enjoy a lot. See, that's how I know Uli don't know ball, in that sense. He doesn't know ball like Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Uli's a businessman more than he is a ball knower. Even though he played football and he was really good, he retired early because of injuries. So the rest of his ball knowledge that would have developed just stopped. And his business knowledge just kicked in. And he built this club as a financial conglomerate in the world. But he doesn't know no ball. Chat. Let's be real here. This man just said we don't need a DM because Konrad Leimer is a transfer we will enjoy a lot. Konrad Leimer is not a DM. He's never going to be that. In fact, if we wanted a DM from Leipzig, someone that could play that position, we should have gone for Schlager, not Leimer. So I don't know what he's talking about there. He's chatting, as the British will say. He's waffling. He's waffling. What we really liked about Kane is this. Oh, we already read that. And he wants to play in Europe. Yeah, and Spurs aren't in Europe, of course. Uli on Alexander Nubo. If he finds a club, he can go. Oh my God. Yo, this man has no filter. He just said, if you find a club, you can go, bro. We don't need you. That's what he just said. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel bad for Spurs fans. He also added that Tottenham will have to give in. Like, my man just don't care. This is beautiful. I love this story, man. Uli Hoeneß. The crazy thing is, just 3 hours ago, he stopped by at the training session. And my man just started going in on Spurs, insulting Daniel Levy's bald head. Nah, he didn't do that. I did that. Tuchel to Paul Vanner in training. Paul, you're sleeping. This is the third time you lose the ball. Paul, wake up now. Yeah, Paul Vanner was apparently not cooking in training. I couldn't watch it because I woke up like 2 hours ago. Yeah, guys, I was editing some videos and I was making that video. Bro, I thought, 10 minutes. I'm going to finish these analysis of the midfielders I think Bayern should sign for number 6. And Uli Hoeneß thinks we just keep Leimer and we're good. I don't think so. I went through and that list was good. I felt good about the list. Some of you agreed, some of you disagreed. And yeah, man, I think some of the names in there, if you haven't watched the streams regularly, you're going to like those names. So go check that video out. Go check it out and share it if you can. So we talked about Kim Min-jae. I do want to talk about what Thomas Tuchel said because I said I'd talk about that. Matthijs de Ligt is still doing individual training, but he will travel. Wait. Okay. Yeah. He will travel with the team and go to Asia. Manuel Neuer will still train individually. Guys, Neuer was supposed to be back by now. He was supposed to be back in late June. It's freaking mid-July, and nothing's happening. This is not good. The plan is that he won't travel to Asia, but will then be partially integrated with the team. All right. Tuchel on Neuer. He needs time, and we'll get it day by day and week by week. We will know more. A comeback in the Bundesliga opener or the Super Cup is probably too ambitious. So basically saying Neuer won't be back for the start of the season. So what are we looking at here? Are we looking at another Ulreich Remontada? I ain't trying to see that, bro. So that's what Tuchel said about Neuer. Neuer's really basically still injured. Like, there's no sugarcoating it because if he was fit, then he'd be playing and he'd be training with the team. Yeah, I mean, Tuchel also said the squad we have now won't be the squad we have on September 1st. So 4 weeks until the first competitive game. And you can see where Thomas Tuchel's head is at. Bayern are going to make some signings. At least 2 to 3 players. I mean, Kim Min-jae's coming in. That's already one of the 3. And I think Kane's going to come in. And I think we're going to go for number 6. Are we ignoring that we wanted Declan Rice? And Tuchel did talk about Declan Rice. He talked about Lucas Hernandez's departure, but I don't talk about snakes on this channel. He talked about Guerrero coming in. Okay, and then he talked about the failed pursuit of Declan Rice, saying it could have been an interesting addition to have a player with his character in the squad. This is him saying, I wanted this guy. He's a good player, and he went to a good club. He has a profile that I don't think we have in the squad. It could be interesting to have it. He wants a DM. So Bayern are on the lookout for a DM, which is why I made that video. Because, I got to rescue this club because without me, this club ain't going to we ain't going to make it out the hood. We're going to keep signing bums. Tuchel on Goretzka. Oh, guys, Thomas Tuchel basically said, Mane, you can leave. My man opened the door to Sadio Mane leaving. Oh, my gosh. I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. All right, whatever. Sadio Mane fell short of the expectations last season. The competition situation is extremely high for Mane. We have a constellation that makes it very difficult for Sadio. The player knows that too. I know his opinion. He knows my opinion and that of the club. Basically saying the club doesn't think Mane should stay. And he elaborated further and said, He has a contract and wants to stay, and we respect that. But it's only the first day of training, and a lot of things can happen in football. Yeah, I don't think Mane's going to be here next season. Hopefully not. Bayern are giving him permission to negotiate with Al Nassr. He better, or Al Jihad will go. Al Jihad is coming for you, Mane, bro. I'm gonna have to commit jihad if you ain't leaving my club. Trust me. All right, Tuchel on Goretzka and Gravenberch. They both have contracts with us. Ryan is in the challenger role. He has to get the best out of his role and accept it. Leon had an unsatisfactory final phase with his status. We expect a lot more from him. There's a lot of competition. I don't think Tuchel likes Goretzka. I really don't. My man just said, nah, like, you were unsatisfactory. I expect more from you. There's a lot of competition. But the problem with this is I like that he said Gravenberch should just accept the fact that his role is to challenge for a start, and that's good. That's good. That tells me he wants Gravenberch to succeed, and he also wants him to shut up because he kind of has to. I'm tired of hearing, look, I get it. Like, he didn't play, and he's well within his right to complain. And people were going at Gravenberch saying, why are you complaining about not playing? Bro, you literally were a starter Ajax playing in Champions League games, and then you come to Bayern, and you're sitting on the bench despite having a good preseason, despite having a nice DFB Pokal game. You just sit on the bench while Goretzka sucks the entire season. What would you like that? No one would like that. So, yeah, man. And sometimes Musiala would start ahead of him in the position he was bought in for. I'd be pissed too. But talking too much to the media will get repetitive. Tuchel on whether Goretzka will stay. As we saw with Lucas Hernandez, players might have different plans. But so far, I haven't heard that from Leon. There's a lot of competition. All midfielders are here and want to know the coach's plan. It's still early in the transfer window. Look, I wouldn't mind selling Goretzka. I know Goretzka wants to stay because the Euros are in Germany in 2024, and he wants to, just stay, same club, same environment. Don't go somewhere and need to integrate. But, bruh, if an offer around 50 mil comes in, like, I don't care. Accept it. Combine the money. Convince Madrid to give us Tchouameni. And we're cooking. We're cooking, chat. And Tuchel had some opinions on the goalkeeping situation. Right back, he said we have a lot of good right backs on paper. Pavard also plays well at center back. Mazraoui is also a very good right back who sometimes voices his opinion, saying to Mazraoui, shut up and just focus on football. And I don't like that. I mean, if your opinion is he's a very good right back, then just play him more. And because whenever he plays, he's better than everyone we have. So why aren't you just playing him every game unless he's injured? So that's a bit hypocritical. You can't say, yeah, I believe he's a very good right back. And he is. He's our best right back by far. But then you didn't play him when he got back from injury and preferred to play Pavard, even though Mazraoui reads the game better than Pavard. I don't care if you think I'm deluded for saying that. Mazraoui doesn't make defensive errors. He's very level-headed in defense. There's a reason the Moroccan national team played him at left back when they could have played Hakimi there, and because this guy's right-footed and he reads the game well. He's a very intelligent player. So yeah, play him more. That's all we need to see. All right, that's it for Tuchel. But some interesting comments there. I think Tuchel really knows what he's looking for, and the club needs to give him those players. This team, no, we can't be doing crazy things, outrageousness. Oh my gosh, bro! When is this Kingpin thing going to the main fighters? Isn't this supposed to be like an influencer event? Why am I seeing random tatted up people boxing? Yo, I've heard of blackface, but if you guys heard of black hands, there's a dude boxing and his hands are literally black, chat. Like, I kid you not. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, literally, black hands. That's cultural appropriation. I missed your super chat, David. My bad. This is why we can't have nice things, chat. Because why? Alvarez for DM. 55 million. Trust me, bro. You need Jesus. It's crazy. 55 million. See how he named the price, and it's like the craziest price he could think of. Yo, free my man Harry, man. Free bro. Bro did nothing wrong, Daniel Levy. Free bro. Free him. He's in that Spurs jail, man. Lex Luthor's holding him hostage. Let him go. What are your thoughts on Tchouaméni, 100 million bid from Bayern? Yo, that's good news that we just bid for Tchouaméni. I just, for some reason, didn't know. Yo, like, there has to be some level of truth to these stories we're hearing. I'm hoping Tchouaméni just doesn't play at all at Madrid. Yeah, the club wants to raise funds to invest in Mbappe. I think people just don't understand that Madrid also need to raise money before they buy players. They're not Barcelona, it's poorly run. But please just give me Tchouaméni, man. That's all I ask for. Tchouaméni likes Fabrizio Romano's report, not for sale. Oh my gosh. That's annoying, man. So he really ain't for sale. We can't sign him. Yo, like, Madrid just have a baller on their hands. They really do. That guy, he just love. Bruh, why can't we have players like that? I mean, Matisse Tell is in there, but like, it's not like he's established yet. If Tell becomes that guy, bruh, I'm gonna love whenever he's linked to anyone and he just kisses the Bayern badge, because you know that's the kind of player he is. And he'll just do this, staying here, kissing. Tell is that kind. He'll do a celebration, he'll kiss the back, and then he'll be like, yeah. Tell will be that player. Madrid have so many of them. Like, Vinicius could be linked to heaven, bro, and this man would be like, I'm staying in Madrid. This is my club, bro. You're going to heaven. You're gonna be in paradise forever. Nah, but Madrid. Why don't we have players that do that? All we got is like, oh, Davies' agent, Pavard's agent, Lucas Hernandez. Like, we got a lot of mercenaries at this club. I wouldn't call Pavard a mercenary. Bayern are still waiting for concrete offers for Benjamin Pavard. I would do unspeakable things to see Matisse Tell succeed at Bayern. Bro, you already spoke it. The way you said, oh, Bayern should put our balls on the table and go all in on Kane. Like, you already told me the kind of things your mind is on. So I'm not like, the image is already set. I know what you'll be doing. You'll be sucking pee-pee for pennies. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see you do outrageousness. Davies is like 21 or something. Yeah, that boy needs to mature up, because his agent needs to stop talking and sign that new contract. Oh, I mean, the good news is Davies is going to be he's on a 2-year contract, and the speculation is starting 2 years beforehand, as opposed to, last year in his contract, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So, what the hell? Bruh. Yo, what the hell's happening with Kimpin? Bro, these chicks are doing a face-off. And then they just start kissing each other. Bro. Chat. These are bruh. Chicks can't fight, man. Like, I saw these chicks fight, bruh. It was crazy. It was just, bruh. They really were just tapping each other. Bruh, nah, it was crazy. I think Kamavinga would suit us better than Tchouaméni. I mean, see, you notice how none of them were coming here? Like, they all at one team. Bruh, Madrid fans are so lucky, man. But it is what it is. Hello. I was going to say hello, everyone. Welcome to Bayern Now. You think Gibb is winning? What am I watching? I don't know, Twitter. It popped up, the Kingpin tournament. These girls were facing off, right? And this girl did this, like, to get in the other girl's face. The other girl just like grabbed her head and just started making out. But isn't that SA? Imagine if a dude did that. That's crazy. You think Gibb is winning? Gibb better win. He better win. Yeah, I think Gibb way more experienced than Jarvis, but you never know. This is boxing, and Jarvis looks the more technical between the two. So, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. Lukaku at CDM. Yo, he might be good though, chat. He's good at stopping goals from going in. How many goal line clearances do you know that Lukaku did? My man's stopping his teammates from succeeding. He's holding them back. You know that meme? Was it Goku? Oh, no, it was like Superman trying to fly away from Darkseid because, Superman's best superhero ever. And Darkseid just holds his cape. Like, that's hilarious to me. That cape must be made out of like adamantium or something, or vibranium. Yeah, because the way like these superheroes be fighting and like buildings be blowing up, but their suits are just fine. It's ridiculous. Lukaku. Yo, apparently Lukaku was supposed to be negotiating. Well, Chelsea were supposed to be negotiating with Inter for Lukaku, but my man's talking to some guys at Juventus. Juve want him to be their Vlahovic replacement, and that's perfect because Lukaku and Vlahovic are basically identical footballers. Terrible first touches. He's a good replacement for him, to be honest. Zakaria, a CDM. Dennis Zakaria isn't that good. He's overrated. Even when he was at Gladbach, I was saying the same things. It's overrated. Do you think we'll ever win the UCL under Tuchel? I don't. I think we'll sack Tuchel when he has all these players and he's not cooking for us. The club will sack him. We'll get a nice little Brighton manager. What's his name? We'll sign someone else. I don't think Tuchel's lasting that long. Yo, Adam22, yo, chat. I gotta make a George GFX video on that. Bro, this Adam22 guy is on a different level, man. My man's letting his girl, bro, like that's crazy. Letting his girl get drilled by a BBC, bro. Like that's crazy. And I'm not talking about the British Broadcasting News. Nah, that's crazy. How can you let that as a man? Like, what do you even do? Oh, I mean, nah, you shouldn't be letting that happen. But I kill myself. Like, no, but I wouldn't be with a girl that did that. That's crazy. So what I'm hearing is she was a P star, and then they got together, but she had never done. Wait, was she like a? How was she a P star if she? I heard somewhere like it was her first male scene, and he picked. Oh, it was her first scene with a BBC. Bruh, that's crazy. Nah, chat. I just don't know about that, man. I just don't know. That guy's demonic, bruh. That's crazy. Nah, that's ridiculous. And he's recruiting new players too. That man's recruiting more than freaking Max Erbo at Leipzig. Do you see him like go to Aiden Ross and was like, "Yo, Aiden, you trying to slide through, bruh? Like that's your wife. That she's actually the mother of your daughter or your son. I don't know." Bro, imagine growing up and that's your mom and dad. Your dad's a glorified. Well, I mean, he's a self-proclaimed, self-made cuck. Like my man is a self-made millionaire, self-made cuck, and his mom is getting rearranged by BBC's like chat. That's ridiculous. I don't know if you guys care that I'm talking about this, and I think that's the end of this show because I'm getting bored. But we went through everything. What is your channel? George GFX. We talk about general topics. At the moment, we're milking Andrew Tate because we need views. milking the top G. We're almost at 400 subscribers. So, yeah, I need that monetization, man. We need like a few more subscribers for monetization. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, and peace.